Hello, this is Sakar Turner, and today I'll be interviewing Michelle Gibson for my Road Trip Nation interview. Here she is. There she is. She's a senior here at Frostburg University, and I'm going to be asking her a couple of questions today. How are you doing today, Michelle?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. What is your major?
My major is mass communication.
Oh, very cool. And do you have a specific area you focus on?
My major is mass communication. My focus is in video production.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. When did you know that's what you wanted to do?
I kind of knew for a while I wanted to do something with production. I really figured it out when I switched majors from nursing to mass communication because I realized I started off mass comm, then nursing, then mass comm again because in the whole nursing period I was just like, yeah, that's not for me. I kind of like what I was doing before. So that's when I really realized like that's what I wanted.
Did you feel any pressure from others to do things differently? Like going into nursing seems like a big change from mass communications.
Yeah, because I got really scared because, all my family, they were doing these things where they had like a set focus. Like once they graduated from college, they would be doing this. And mass communication is really broad. So like I switched to nursing because I got scared, from my family members asking me, what are you going to do after college? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And me not knowing exactly what that response would be. So I switched. I had my doubts. And then I got over them really fast because I was just like, no, this is something I do want to do.
Would you say you're successful at this time of your life?
I would say that there's always room for improvement, but I mean, I'm graduating in 3 semesters. I have a pretty good GPA. I'm still staying strong with my major. So yeah, I would say I am successful.
What would you say your biggest hurdle to success was?
School. I don't like it. It's just really hard for me. I get really distracted. I get distracted easily, so doing homework and stuff while being like in my room or in my apartment is just really hard for me to keep on track of things like that. But I mean, I'm a senior now. I've been doing something right, so moving past that hurdle.
Very cool. Obviously everyone has failures in their lives, especially in school. I mean, no one's perfect except for those, 3 people. But how did you deal with the failures in your life?
I just kind of like learned from them and moved on. Dwelling in a failure doesn't really get you anywhere. So anytime I've ever failed, I've just been like, oh, just take a deep breath, just move on to the next thing, and hopefully, the next thing that I would succeed at. So, yeah.
Gotcha. How did you recognize your passion for TV, or is it for something else and TV kind of just goes along with it?
I kind of realized it because, I don't know. I just really like creating things. I like putting things together. I'm a very creative person. I like to do arts and crafts. I like to write and stuff like that. So anything where I get to physically take my creativeness and just thoughts out of my brain and make them physical and stuff that you could see and touch, or not like touch, but like something that's tangible. I just like the idea of doing that. So
Very cool. Do you have a specific genre in mind for TV, or is it going to be, just any kind of TV?
No, I could do anything really. Like I like it, but one of my goals is probably going into cartooning because I just love cartoons. Like they're so funny and there's so much that goes into them and it's so much work that people probably don't even realize that goes into them. So that's one thing I really want to do, but I'm not going to limit myself to that. I like all types of television, film, media, anything. So, yeah.
Yeah, that, and of course, I mean, cartoons aren't like they were in the olden days. So there's cartoons for every age group, and
exactly.
Such a broad thing. That's really cool. What would you say some of your strengths are, and do they play a part in your work?
Yeah, I would say one is being creative. I always have ideas, for projects that we have to have ideas. My teacher will be like, okay, create an interview or create a news package or create a music video. And he's just he gives you what you need to do. And we just have to find people and things and music to put together. So on all of my projects, I've gotten A's on and been really successful with that. So I would say that's one of my strong suits because I always have something, I always have a backup plan. I always have an idea. I always have a thought because of my creativeness. And then I'm also good with communicating with people because you know, for most of my projects that I've had to like, you know, I can't just have like a video without something to shoot. So I've had like, you know, had to ask some friends, you know, kind of convince them a little bit, but I'm really good at communicating that, I think. And just getting along with people in general. Like, that's a good trait I've had with like all of my jobs, not just like the video field. Like, you have to be able to get along with others, and all of my jobs, they love me. From what they tell me, they love me.
As far as you know,
as
no,
far
just
as
kidding.
I know. But I try to be, you know, nice and happy and cheerful and like willing to work with others and stuff.
That's good. That's, I mean, mass communication is definitely an important thing to be able to communicate with people well.
Yeah.
What did you love when you were younger? And did these things influence what you're doing in your life now?
Yeah, I love watching television, and I've always loved watching television. Like, I always used to be in front of the TV with my cousins, with my best friends, with my parents, grandparents, anyone. Like, that's just what I used to do all the time. Like, that's what brought us together. And I used to watch a lot, okay? Like, that's why I said I love cartoons, because I used to watch so many cartoons.
We are the Disney generation, yes.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I think that definitely ties into what I want to do, because, you know, it's what I was brought up, you know. It's what I was exposed to when I was younger, so.
Gotcha. Would you say you have any inspirations, either to do with your field or just in general in life?
I have a lot of inspirations. I take my inspiration from a lot of different things, like people I see on YouTube, but and people I see on television, from books I read, art. But like, I guess right now, if I were to pick, I would say like Spike Lee, Ryan Murphy, and like Hans Zimmer, or like just three off the top of my head, because like I feel like with them, everything that they do, you can see traces of their personality and their particular style within it. Like, if it doesn't matter, like for Hans Zimmer, if, you know, you're hearing Kung Fu Panda, or you're hearing like Spirited, or I think it's Spirit Style in the Cimarron, or the Batman, the Night Returns, I forget what the movie's called. I don't know, all this music.
The newer Batman movies, yeah.
So he like composes for all of them, and like you can hear traces of like who he is, and like what he likes to put into movies or into his songs, in each of the songs, but they all like are different, you know, like they all are for a different thing. So I just think that's interesting, like how you can like do something different but keep your, you know,
individuality.
You can still keep your individuality in it. So
very cool. Yeah, it seems having your own personal footprint seems pretty awesome in your job. Definitely. Yeah. What would you say matters to you most in life?
I guess just about being happy. I realized, like, when I did do the switch from nursing to mass comm, that in nursing I wasn't really happy doing it. I was just doing it because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. You go to college to get a job, and that's what I wanted to do. But, like, you know, you only live one life, so I might as well be doing something that I enjoy to do, and that I will actually put my best foot forward in doing, like, you know, anything that I can do my best in. What I've realized is whatever makes me happy. So I just think that's the goal, just to be happy.
Definitely most important. Yeah. Definitely only live once.
Yeah.
Alrighty, last question. If you could go back to freshman year, would you tell yourself anything or change anything?
Yeah. First, don't switch majors. Second, do your homework, because it just, you know, retaking classes and then being pushed back a couple of semesters for graduation is just so annoying. Like, I mean, college is great and stuff, and Frostburg's great, but I definitely want to graduate now. So that's definitely something that I would tell myself, just be more focused with your schoolwork.
Well, that sounds great. Definitely focus seems like an important thing in school. Thank you very much, Miss Gibson. This was my Road Trip Nation.